when we're supposed to be on Skype, so I don't know what the hell that was about.
Yeah.
Hello, and welcome to the Rock Metal Podcast. I'm your host, John Harris, and today on Rock Metal Podcast, for round numero dos, we have Broken Earth, who were so kind to come back onto my show after I lost their interview. It's embarrassing as hell. I had to write them an email where I said, well, this is embarrassing. And then for some reason, they came back on my show, which is fantastic. So we're going to do this even better. So Dan, Raph, Ben, /Ash, and Seb are all here today to chat about Cocklord.
That's why we're here.
That's why I have somniphobia and was not able to go to sleep. And I woke up at 5, jumped up on Skype, and chatted with my friends.
That's the best kind of sleep paralysis to even have.
It is the
We
best.
appreciate that, by the way.
Absolutely. So, boys, welcome to the show.
Thank you very much for having us.
Having us on to the show.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Yeah. I appreciate that 2 out of the 4 have similar backgrounds and 2 out of the 4 have new backgrounds.
Ah, yes. This is actually my room this time. Because before, at 2 a.m. in the morning, I would have woken up my roommate having you idiots scream into the speakers. So...
True, you're on the couch.
Get some headphones, mate. Come on.
Yeah, but like...
You have headphones. Like, I saw them.
And hey, look, I'm pretty sure you're the idiot that screams all the time anyway, so...
Yeah, look, I mean...
Back door.
Back door. So we open up talking about Cocklord and back door. I'm going to do that now. I'm just going to get hammered drunk on Boom Boo rum, and I'm just going to run around the house going, Cocklord, back door!
You're the next level of cracked, mate.
Tough. Come on, darling. It'll be like when I was in the RAF. My wife's probably not going to be very happy about any of this.
Well, I can imagine.
Yeah. Were you up at 5 a.m. talking to people in Australia again? Yeah.
So you said you're from Canada, right? What part of Canada are you from?
West. Well, okay. So originally I'm from Central Canada, and now I live in Western Canada.
Okay.
So it's even earlier. I was just saying to the guys, I was like, is he in Vancouver? Because I think, like, with the time zone differences, I think that's like 4 a.m. I hope he's like on the East Coast, and it's like at least kind of 8.
Nope. No.
Okay.
No, I've tried to move us to real Canada, but that hasn't happened yet. So we're still living in pretend Canada in the middle of fucking nowhere.
Canada light.
Does that happen in Australia? So, like, for example, if I were to say Canada to just about anybody in the world, they'd be like, Toronto. So we have this joke that, like, Toronto is real Canada, and then, like, everything else is just who knows where we're at kind of thing.
Yeah, definitely.
I think that's absolutely, yeah. Isn't that just like Sydney and Melbourne? If you're not in Sydney, Melbourne, maybe Brisbane, you're just in the desert.
What's a
in the bush.
There it is, baby, in the bush.
Tasmania doesn't exist. No one's ever heard of anyone from Tasmania, so it's fine.
Yeah.
My brother lives in Tasmania.
And that's
Your
why
brother,
I hear they have
your brother doesn't exist.
I hear they have great cheese in Tasmania.
Oh yeah, fantastic.
Yeah, it goes well with the incest. But
Cocklord backdoor incest cheese. Cocklord backdoor incest cheese.
Hey man, don't tell everyone what our next single is.
Very true. You don't want to dance in the dark with Cocklord. That's why I have somniphobia, is because I dance in the dark with Cocklord. So let's chat about these tracks. So I guess we'll hand it off to Ben for the next 20 minutes.
Fantastic.
it's probably the same.
That's to be funny, is it?
Oh, man. This is good stuff. Okay, so somniphobia. Fear of going to sleep, I imagine.
Yes, you are correct. As you, well, pretty much, yeah, Raph and I, we had these experiences that were very similar to each other in that we both suffered from sleep paralysis. From my end, it came after like suffering from like anxiety for like a good 4 days straight where I couldn't get to sleep. I think in the whole time I was like, that was all going on, I had like about 2 hours sleep in those 4 days in total. And so by the time I actually managed to fall asleep, it was just like passing out, just out of nowhere. And then, yeah, I would just be vividly awake, hallucinating like crazy and not knowing what in the world was going on. But yeah, but it makes for a fantastic song now. So really good lyric fuel.
Yeah, it was a combined like synergetic like event essentially with that. It just kind of he and I just kind of bounced off the ideas as we were writing it, because the experiences, while they were from different places, I guess initially the two different sides of the same coin. It was very there was a very like good back and forth with what I was like putting forward and what Ben was suggesting when we were doing it.
Mm-hmm.
It's what was I going to say? It's a very specific experience, but I think everyone will experience it differently, or will have it will be more personal to them because fear is one of those things where it's so personal to you that when you have something that like essentially it's like psychologically preys on that fear, even though it's a chemical imbalance, it will just fuck up whatever you're afraid of already. And so that in itself can become the most terrifying thing in the world, which is why it's I think that's why especially the first verse is such an intense like panic on like experience.
Did you guys then redo that section of the song so that it would be that way, or was it just like a happy accident?
Happy accident.
Yeah, happy accident all the way. In fact, I reckon that song was probably the quickest going from like being absolutely non-existent, nothing at all, to being completely studio ready. That was also because we were on a pretty massive time crunch at the time, like when we were going in to record it. And it was just like our last song that we needed to get done. And then as soon as we went in for pre-production with Chris, he was just like, yeah, that all sounds really sick. I'm going to help you rearrange this little bit right here, and done. That's it, like one little tiny section. Wow. Everything else was just like on point.
Mm-hmm.
It was the quickest song we ever wrote. Like, I think I remember if you can call it a demo, Raph just sat me down one day and said, hey, what do you think of this song? And just played it on guitar. I recorded it on my phone, and I'm just like, why don't we make that chorus a bit more catchy? And then essentially Raph changed it up a bit. Ben came over, they wrote the lyrics together, and then it just became a song.
I think from
really
memory,
quick process.
I think from memory, you basically said, "Oh yeah, that chorus is good, but like, do you think it's a bit too Amity Affliction?" Because at the time, those are the choruses I wrote like accidentally. I just wrote basically Linkin Park light choruses, which is nothing's changed, but you know.
Well, our Linkin Park lights choruses are getting a lot better though.
Oh yeah, true. It's almost like it's its own genre now.
In the end, it doesn't even matter, though, Raph.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just a paper cut, baby. Just a paper cut.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
That got me one step closer, that's for sure. Anyway.
I actually envisioned, though, Dan, when you were telling me that, Mr. Trott, you were telling a story, and... no, I got that. Like, you were just hanging out, and Raph was like, hey, sit down. And then there was a couch just right there, and you were like, sit down, and you're like, he's got a guitar, and he just starts singing and playing. It was like
he serenaded me.
Yeah.
You serenaded me.
Yeah.
Absolutely. But like
With Cocklord peeking in the window and getting
songs.
jealous.
Damn fucking Cocklord. Yeah.
Honestly, though, I love it when our songs come about like that. Like, it's just, hey, here's an idea, and we'll bounce it around, and then we'll all get together in the studio and write it out. And it's just so fun writing songs like that. Just feel like spontaneous and just fun. It's not, we need a song now, let's like write it down kind of thing. We're just spontaneously just coming up with ideas, and it's lots of fun writing songs as a band.
Now, I had joked that it was an acoustic guitar, but I'm always curious at its core what a song is, and so like, what's the campfire version? Was it an acoustic guitar?
No.
Oh, okay.
Ralph doesn't
was,
play acoustics. He refuses.
Fuck off. No. I had my guitar just in my room, and I plugged it into my bedroom amp, and I just jammed it out because that's all I had at the time. My pedal board that had all my really sick effects pedals got stolen like the year before, as did my original guitar, and I managed to track down the original guitar, but I couldn't find the effects pedal board, and so I just had this like shitty little like bedroom amp, and I just like plugged it in and like just whacked out the chords.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, the beauty of modern technology, you can just get all those pedals back with, what's the one company that does that now? Or all of them? Oh, Neural. Just go
That's
to
true.
Neural.
Fuck yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
All right.
Ah!
Yes, the great debate. Neural DSP, STL tones, buy a head rush board, whatever you want to do. I'm voting for
Or
the
just
Boss
get
GT 1000.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Very sick.
They kind of fell to the backside, didn't they? I mean, they had like the Boss GT series for years. Nobody was doing shit, well, other than the pod. And then all of a sudden, Helix came out, and then Head Rush came out, and then a couple of other things, maybe? Or am I making that up?
We had
Fractal and
Fractal.
Kemper.
Yeah, Fractal.
I feel like
and
Temple
Kemper.
was like the big daddy of all of that. Like they just like absolutely took it to the next level.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they did.
Definitely in profiling technology.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then,
I'm-
they're like, oh yeah, Boss is still around.
Yeah, well, like I remember when like bands used to use like the little like Boss 250 like effects like pedal like emulator.
Yeah, ME25. The ME25.
ME25, baby!
That was my OG modeler. It was so shit. It was terrible.
I bet if
Back
you
when
went back
you-
to that thing, you'd love it. Love it.
Oh,
Yeah.
man.
It was so much fun,
boys.
though.
I used to use
I
the same
actually,
version from Zoom. So, I mean, if you want to talk about...
Oh no!
I still have this motherfucker flying around.
Wow.
It has the sickest. The whammy on it is so terrible. Like the pitch shifter whammy is so terrible that it actually sounds amazing. It's just so clunky and like.
That's
great.
That's how you done do your Gojira. Or Pantera, if you're old enough to know who that is.
Old enough to know who Pantera is.
Yeah, no, I'm actually a fetus. Yeah, I love Alpha Wolf.
Before it was cool, man. Dimebag was doing it. Sweet.
I reckon wasn't Korn doing it like around the same time though? Like weren't they kind of just ripping each other?
No.
Pantera.
Pantera did it in like 94. They did it on their album from 94, and Korn wasn't even born yet.
No, Korn came out in '94, man.
You're right.
Gone was a fetus.
Yeah, they were in
Yeah.
93 or something.
Yeah.
But like Pantera were around before though. Like they were doing stuff in the late 80s. Just kind of peaked in the 90s or got a lot bigger there.
Yeah.
In my opinion,
I can't wait.
Pantera peaked in their glam era. I reckon that's their best stuff ever.
Yeah.
You gotta love that, man.
I can't wait for the comments on YouTube on this one. Even though I realized in the call that I was wrong because Ash pointed that out. Somebody's going to be like, yo, dude, you were wrong.
Hey.
I will summon Cocklord upon them.
We're going to lose half our fan base from this call, aren't we?
Okay, I swear Cowboys from Hell is their best album.
You know, funny story, true story. Somebody mentioned Damage Plan on the show the other day, and I had to thank them because all I see on the internet is Pantera from like maybe 1 or 2 albums, and like the rest of the career, no one's talking about Reinventing the Steel, which is a great album. Nobody's talking about Damage Plan. You know, so
Damage Plan was sick.
Yeah.
No, that I found out about Damage Plan before I knew about Pantera. I did it all backwards.
What? My head just went. You didn't see it. But it was
I didn't know about Pantera. I found out about metal all on my own, pretty much. I had like one friend that showed me bands like Whitechapel. I was like, "Whoa, that's a bit much." And then I just did all the YouTubing and Googling myself, and Damage Plan was the first I found before Pantera.
Wow.
So
that's so gnarly of you, Ben.
I know I'm so backwards and just quirky.
Yeah, just so out there, dude. Do you also maybe listen to like really, really heavy bands like Pod or Linkin Park?
Yeah, real heavy shit, bro.
Yeah, really heavy shit like Nickelback. Yeah, that's
man.
on too. Fuck yeah. Oh wait, sorry, you're from Canada. I can't say that band in an insulting way.
Oh, you're being insulting?
No, not at all.
This call's over, man.
This means war, which is a heavy Nickelback song.
It is.
It's not that one.
It's a good
It
song.
is certainly a song that was made.
Yeah. I believe
Nickelback in A sharp, man.
it is. Yeah. Chad
Is
Yeah,
still
that-
Chad uses the 7-string
Still
tuned
A
down a
sharp.
half step. I believe.
Yeah.
On that one. But his counterpart does not. I think his counterpart, I can't remember his name. The guy who just kind of hangs along with Chad. I think that's kind of what it is. People who just hang along with Chad.
Chad's like the groupie and everyone hangs along with him.
Yeah.
Kind of happens when you're Chad.
True story.
When you're a Chad.
I just got off a call before this, not now.
With Chad from Nickelback?
I would love to. That's one of my goals in life. But with a guy named Chad from Canada who is not that Chad from Canada. And I made a joke about it. And then he just started shitting on Nickelback. And I was just like, are you doing that because you think it's cool, bro? Like, what's going on? And he's like...
Nickelback is actually pretty good. I was all on the hate train for a while. Then I went back and I was like, you know what? There's a reason why they've sold the number of albums that they've sold. They're pretty good.
I personally like Nickelback, and I do get shit for it, but I personally do like Nickelback. But yeah, there was a point, I think, what was it, about 2005 is when the cusp happened. Like, we were really proud of them. Like, oh, look at you guys go! It's a band from Canada, yeah! And then something happened somewhere between like 2005 to 2010 where all of a sudden this nasty switch happened and it just wasn't the same anymore.
Yeah.
They're slowly...
Photograph.
Yeah. And I don't know, we kind of turn on our people like that. We didn't do that with Drake, at least not yet. Yeah.
You guys went at Justin Bieber straight away though.
Straight away with the Biebs.
Just
Yep. It was like, oh, you went down to the States to go be a pop star? Go fuck yourself. And then that was that was the end of it.
How dare you have success?
Man, I love bullying 12-year-olds over the internet. Fuck yeah. That's so cool.
And then Deadmau5. You should hear my wife talk about Deadmau5. She's like, it's like a booger hanging in my nose. We just can't get rid of him. And I'm like, come on.
I had no idea he was Canadian.
Yeah.
That's I don't listen to I don't listen to Deadmau5. It's like the one thing I've heard by Deadmau5 is a remix of a Foo Fighters song, and it's not good.
Oh,
it was.
I want to hear
it. Was
it
not
now.
a great time.
I feel like that's just asking for trouble, combining Foo Fighters with Deadmau5.
Yeah.
Well,
that's not going to end well for anyone.
Mouse Fighters.
Was it Walk or Rope or something? It's off that album. That album was Walk. Foo Fighters. Yeah. I don't know.
Oh. All right.
It was not a good song. It was not a good time.
He's from Toronto, which is real Canada.
Oh,
Real Canada.
real
Real
Canada.
Canada.
Yeah, Toronto.
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 Yeah, that's where they uncovered a bunch of Tyrannosaurus Rexes, and then they just called them T-Rexes.
T-Rex is Toronto Rex.
Tyrannosaurus Rex. Tyrannosaurus Rex. Okay, so we were chatting about anxiety-induced sleep paralysis that you guys both had conveniently. When you guys were working on the lyrics, did you work on them together? Or how did...
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, pretty much. All the instrumentals were, I want to say, like 90% there. And then, yeah, Raph, like, he came to... Pretty much he called me up and he said, like, I really need help with these lyrics. I've got this thing in mind, and he pretty much described this dream that he was having where he was just like, he was in a massive state of panic and all this sort of thing. And then I went, oh, that's very similar to something that I've experienced. And pretty much it was me, you, Mitch was there, wasn't he?
Yeah, Mitch, our old vocalist, was there as well.
Yeah.
And he called up his then girlfriend at the time, Jess, because she also experienced it. And she described some of the things that she was feeling over the phone, which like also helped kind of color in this world that we were creating with the song.
Yeah.
It was a really collaborative process when you think about it.
Yeah. It was. And yeah, we pretty much sat down and we just brainstormed, smashed it all out in like one sitting. It was so fast writing those lyrics, incredibly fast.
Yeah, I think
which is
we had
rare.
Yeah, no, it is, especially with lyrics. I don't know why, but it's one of those things that like I either like switch on by myself and I'm able to like blast out a song in like half an hour, or I'll need like external support with someone just with me so I can bounce ideas off. The same thing happened when I was writing, I think, some of the lyrics, or rewriting some of the lyrics for one of the songs we have coming out later, which I'm not going to talk about anymore. But
Don't do it, because then I'll ask questions and we can't talk about it.
No, we can't. Sorry.
Signed an NDA with ourselves.
I was just curious. You mentioned all these people who have had some level of sleep paralysis. And I'm just kind of wondering, is this significantly more common than I'm aware of? Because I've heard of it, obviously, in psychology class, but I've never experienced it myself. And then you guys experienced it, but then you started calling up, old singers and their old girlfriends and lots of old people. And, they're having it too. So first I was like, is this an Australian thing? And then I was like, well, that's just ignorant, John.
Well,
yeah.
The only two other people that I know that have had it is Raph and our previous singer, Mitch, his ex-girlfriend. Like that. That's it. That's all I know. Yeah. Mitchell Trott.
Mitchell Trott! No!
You didn't have to tell him that.
Well, if it isn't Mitch and Daniel Trott! Come to just screw up my class! Would you like to share what you've got with the rest of the class?
This is developed. It's number What is this?
Too meta for me right now.
Is he in the other room right now, like whimpering? Like what?
No, he's in Tasmania.
Is he a cheese farmer with incest and?
Yeah, he's a cheese farmer. That's all you need to know.
An incestual cheese farmer. For everybody in the chat who knows,
cheese farmer. That's all you need to know, John.
Cheese farmer. That's all I need to know. So you hung around. You didn't take the bus back to Tasmania.
No.
You little devil,
These boys kept me in.
That's nice. They took you in. They're like, it's okay. You don't have to go back to that place anymore.
No, he just moved there. He's not from there.
Who moves to Tasmania? That was out loud. I'm sorry.
Absolutely.
We keep asking him, right?
A Tasmaniac, that's who.
Yeah, I'm not
very
from Tasmania.
Ask.
Oh,
Very Australian question. Who moves to Tasmania?
that was
I
out
need
loud.
to make something clear.
I'm sorry.
I am not from Tasmania.
Thank you, Mr.
We
Trott.
make this perfectly.
We are very adamant. We are not from Tasmania.
Quite
If this
quite
gets
adamant.
around, my career is ruined.
Absolutely. Absolutely ruined. So Mitch got in the band. You guys are like, out of all the trots, we'd want you to trot away. And
So we sent him to Tasmania. No.
bought him a one-way bus
Order
ticket to
them.
Tasmania.
To the forbidden place.
Gave him an iPod with Cocklord on it, and then
Send him on his merry way.
sent him on his merry way to go make cheese in Tasmania. Maybe I should look up pictures.
Sticking with.
Because, I mean, from my perspective, I don't even think you guys want to know what I think of Tasmania, which is nothing. All I know is a cartoon about a little animal that goes around and wrecks shit. That's literally all I know.
Bro, we live here.
That's all you need to know.
Okay, that's all I need to know. And I
There's not much that goes on.
3 years ago, I had a band on from Tasmania, and I was like, there's an internet connection there? Like, this is...
Wait, which band?
Oh, my God. I would have to think hard and do some research. I know there's only one band there, so I should know. But...
Majority of the members of Alpha Wolf are from Tasmania. They're the Tasmanian band that could.
Oh.
Yeah.
I have had them on. I do know Alpha Wolf. But I think they were actually in London at the time that I chatted with them. They were on tour, so maybe that's how that didn't get brought up.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Bring it up with them next time.
I will.
Talk about cheese making and incest.
Yeah,
I will.
I'll be like, so why are you Tasmanian?
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Oh man, I'm gonna start muddling my Sharp Tone record bands. But is that the one that has the mask before masks were cool? The guitar player.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
He was COVID safe like way before.
Way before the school.
Ahead of the game.
Yeah. They just used posters of him in Tasmania to promote, like, guys, this is what you got to do. Look how cool it looks. And then next to that was like pictures of Mortal Kombat and then Ninja Turtles.
I don't think you realize how fucking awesome that actually looks in my mind.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
That's why he does it. It's cool.
Yeah, it's fucking lit.
So, say we've talked about anxiety-induced sleep paralysis, and obviously anybody who's listening into the show or watching the show, if you've got something like that, then my next question is, did you guys get help? Did it just go away? Did you mentioned a chemical imbalance. Did you address that through diet, nutrition, exercise? What happened?
Well, for me, I got out of this toxic workplace that I was in. I just kind of I think part of it was I was in denial about a lot of shit that I was feeling. So I just fronted up to that. And then I just at the time I didn't exercise at all. And I had a gut that was not great and my diet was horrendous. So what I did, I think a month or two after we recorded that EP, is I went vegetarian. And I just started going to the gym every day, and that just reset shit. And that kind of sorted it for me.
Mm-hmm. Now you got the nice sweater on.
Yeah, no.
Changed,
did
man.
it. Just bought the Nike sweater. That fixed everything. You know, that was really it.
Mm-hmm.
Sponsor us, Nike. Endorse us.
Yeah. Just do it.
I'll be using Nike drumsticks.
Yeah. But no, that makes sense. You mentioned a chemical imbalance and you just did everything. I don't know if you necessarily have to go full-blown vegetarian, but if it works for you, then great. But I mean, you did a reset and,
Oh, yeah, I'm not vegetarian now.
Good.
I tried.
Good.
That's a strong view.
I gotta.
That's our Tasmanian fans and our vegetarian fans gone.
I know, just completely gone. I'm sorry. Vegetarians are okay because they're apolitical, but I have a beef with vegans. Get it? Beef with vegans.
Very good.
Yeah, there's a bone I'd like to pick with vegans. Get it? Bone. Ben, Ash, did you do anything like that? Did you get on the program?
Well, yeah. I've been... Well, there's been like a slew of therapists that I've gone through as well and all that sort of thing. But yeah, anxiety is still a thing that I'm massively battling with today, personally. It's something that I'm very much so gotten on top of. But yeah, I'm kind of still medicated for it, and but I'm also doing things in my life physically where I'm actually starting to actually work out more, and I'm starting to move more, and I'm starting to actually take care of my diet and myself physically. And since then, I haven't had the problem of waking up in the middle of the night just absolutely like paralyzed with fear. And yeah, just taking care of yourself physically is just the main key for me nowadays, and hence why I am saying kind of medicated, because I'm also not really needing it anymore.
That's good.
Yeah, getting on top of it is the main thing with just being physical.
Yeah.
And also diet. Diet is a big thing. If you're not taking care of your body is going to betray you.
Yeah.
Wow, that's a lyric line. If you're not going to take care of your body is going to betray.
Yeah.
Or just send a signal saying, "Hey, something's not right. I'm not getting the information that I need with the calories that are being provided."
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, you could try changing the paint color on your wall.
Yeah, the green is not my vibe.
No, it's not. Hey, that's how I know you now, but it's definitely not. Pea soup.
Hey, I'm in, sort of in between moving houses at the moment, so the next call that you'll see, it'll be a different backdrop.
Congrats.
Yeah. Most people during this COVID lockdown, I'm in between jobs. Ben during this lockdown, I'm in between moving houses that I just fucking bought because I just signed a fucking mortgage. Fuck yeah.
Congratulations, baby. So did I.
Oh, good work. Congratulations.
Yeah. We're not moving for a little bit, though, but yeah.
Are you moving to real Canada?
I wanted to, but the missus hates real Canada.
Oh, why?
Fair enough.
Is she not a real Canadian?
Yeah, because she's not a real Canadian. She too big, too fast, too loud. What else was there? She thought that I drove like a maniac, because out here in nowhere land, it's always Sunday, and you know everybody drives like they forgot why they're behind the wheel. So she always thought, like, why do you drive like that? And then I took her to real Canada. She was like, oh, I get it now. Like,
yeah. You see, I moved out of Sydney, so I'm feeling the exact same way as well. But then again, I'm just like an hour north of Sydney now, so kind of not real Australia.
That's right, kind of not real Australia. As long as it has anything I've seen in a picture, we're good.
Yeah, you probably haven't seen any of where I'm at in a picture.
Ooh, is the Opera House there? That's fabulous.
No, but I still work around that area.
All right.
Yeah.
Sounds like my parents would say.
I still get to kind of see real Australia.
Very cool.
What's it like, man?
What's it like?
What's it like?
What?
Tell me, Osh, what's it like?
Seeing real Australia.
Real Australia.
Somewhat depressing.
Yeah, fair.
Don't like Sydney. Don't like Sydney at all.
Oh.
But it's where the music scene is, and that's the only reason why I like Sydney.
Yeah, baby. And where's another hot spot? I want to say Brisbane's a hot spot.
It is, and Melbourne.
Yeah.
Melbourne's probably the bigger one, actually, for the music scene.
Yeah. That's kind of a funny thing. I always grew up thinking, Sydney, Australia, haha. But I rarely actually chat with bands in Sydney. It's usually in Brisbane or in Melbourne. I try to get I try to pull the R out of it because there's no R when you guys say it. It's just Melbourne.
Yeah. Look, if you say Melbourne, it won't offend us.
Yeah, imagine trying to say Melbourne.
It won't offend us. We understand you're from another country. It's all good.
Thank you. I mean, except for Mr. Trott, him and old Mitchell probably said, "There's an R there," and then they got what? It should be Melbourne. What?
That's Daniel Tot to you, mate.
Tot.
You sound like a Monty Python sketch, John.
I'm glad somebody got that. Thank you. That's my basis for anything. I know you're not English, you're Australian, but that's my basis for anything English.
Hey, we're English defects essentially.
Yeah, we're all filthy poms underneath it all.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Sunlight.
Yeah. That's right.
Not me. I'm a true Australian.
Mm.
Wow.
True blue.
Mm-hmm.
True
You
blue.
can say the same thing for us in Canada. We still have the Queen on our money.
Yeah,
True. You do.
Yeah. Groovy.
But you are also a French embassy, so you've got like a wild.
Okay, so the Nickelback thing wasn't offensive, but that was. Say what you will about Nickelback, but Canada is proof that the English and the French can get along together.
That's fair.
True. It's true.
By just merging their accents into one.
Well, whenever you get the chance to go to French Canada, you'll hear something that will probably make you giggle.
You're joking.
I love all my French.
Like a merge? Is it a merge of like three different accents?
Yeah, for sure. They definitely they have their own accent, and they mix English and French words together. So in a sentence, you'll probably hear English words pop in the middle of a bunch of French stuff. Yeah, it's cool, actually.
Oh my god.
Yeah. No,
Sounds like a fever dream. I'm so for it.
First time I went to French Canada, I was like, this is like a gift to the world. Why don't we celebrate this more often? This is fantastic. But that's the whole English versus French thing, I guess. They have their part and we have ours, and we don't talk to each other. Wow.
It's all right.
Yeah. That's how it goes. Do you guys have anything like that in Australia?
Nah, not really.
Okay.
We just don't talk to Tasmanians. That's it.
Yeah. Unless you want cheese, then you got to do some weird bartering thing.
I'll give you one cousin back.
Here's Mitch. I'll take your cheese.
I heard Mitch listens to this.
Actually, another really good thing that Tasmania does is whiskey. I've since found out recently, and I'm on a massive whiskey spree from Tasmania. Yeah, they do some world-class whiskeys.
Wow.
Like Hellier's Road is probably my favorite.
Wow.
Fuck yeah.
Very cool.
Should we just tour like the two towns that Tasmania has for the whiskey?
Yeah, Launceston and Hobart. That's it. We're done.
Wow.
Yes.
Hobart. They make kitchen equipment, at least here. That's awesome. Silly question, ignorant question. I'm being ignorant again. Where do they get the grain from?
What, this grain right here?
No, the grain to make the whiskey.
Oh, you said grain.
Grain. Sorry. Groin. Which is different. That's a part of the body where I come from, the groin.
The grain, I'm pretty sure they farm that themselves. I have no idea how they get it. They just get it.
Yeah. I just imagine there's just a giant mountain people worship in Australia in the middle of the desert, but there's wheat and stuff.
Yeah, actually.
Okay.
There is.
I'm sorry.
Mountain worship people.
We're not just a fucking desert, John.
Sorry.
We have like actual agriculture.
Okay. And cheese and whiskey. That's fucking great.
No. John, you're right. We're all desert worshippers.
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't know the name of them.
We all just hang out around Uluru all day long. That's all we do.
We ride our kangaroos in.
That's a didgeridoo.
Oh my god.
You guys should have that instead of a synthesizer, on your...
I do have a didgeridoo, and I know how to play it too.
See? There we go.
Yeah, that was actually the first instrument I learned before the guitar.
Cool.
Yeah.
See, I think as a culinarian, I'm always looking for the terroir, or the sense of earth in cooking that is often missing in commercial cooking, where it's all coming in from somewhere on a frozen food truck. But something that you're mentioning, like whiskey from Tasmania, cool. So if I try that, I will be able to taste something vehemently different than, or quite different than Scotch from somewhere else or whiskey from somewhere else, right? Which is cool. But I like to dig that in people's music too. It's like, what do you guys add into, your thing other than Raph's bedroom amp to, get a uniqueness into it? Seb, you wore a Punisher shirt, and I just wanted to say thank you. I don't think that you actually showed up in the test call, but I just want to say thank you, and it's okay. You didn't say anything either, and that's also fun.
I've been very quiet for this call. Like, I feel like I talked a fair amount last time, and I'm just like, yeah, everyone else has got it. I'm cool. I'm chilling.
Yeah. Give it to Trott this time.
Question, Seb.
Cool. All right. So sorry.
Yeah, I think that's got it.
Yeah, this is the longest call in history, but that's okay. I hope everybody else enjoys it as much as I did. Hopefully I didn't wake up the family, but Somniphobia, new track, link to the music video in the show notes down below. Dance in the Dark will also have a link to the music video in the show notes down below. So if you're watching on the website, therockandrollpodcast.ca, or on YouTube, it'll be in the show notes. If you're listening on like Spotify or Apple Music, wherever, you should be able to click on it. We also chatted exclusively about Cocklord, and we chatted about anxiety-induced sleep paralysis. We chatted about guitar equipment such as the Boss GT1000, which you can Bluetooth listen to your guitar tone from the crowd perspective.
Madness.
Right?
Yeah.
Absolute madness.
So you can dial
imagine
it.
playing a live show at the moment, though. I can't.
No.
Simulate it.
Yeah. Simulate it the way Cocklord does. And what else we chat about? Tasmanian cheese, which is fantastic. Tasmanian whiskey, which is also fantastic. We chatted about Seb's Punisher shirt. Did I miss anything? There's a new single coming up, so you guys have an excuse to come on again whenever Mish sends me stuff. If you guys are still working with Mish, is it Mish? Mish? How do I?
We say Mish.
Mish?
We say Mish.
Misha.
Misha?
Yeah, Mish.
If you call her Misha, she's in trouble. Just so you know.
Correct.
Yeah.
Right.
So whenever I get mad at her, I type Misha with a capital A. Everything else is normal, and then the
Let's be real. You've never been mad at Misha. She's lovely.
It's great.
Maybe not. I don't know. Misha Sharma? Okay. Yeah, so when she sends me some stuff. And then professional kids, professional appearance, mostly with Daniel Trott. And
Yeah, he's the sex appeal.
he is.
Straight up. It's all
He
him.
is. Yeah, just send a picture of him.
Yeah. The reason why he's still the only single member of the band is just because he keeps pulling girls in, and they're just like, man, I can't keep up with you.
Right.
You know?
Well, I see his headboard. I know what they mean.
Yeah.
Do you think maybe it's because you've got
to the call.
you've got bottom beard, Dan? Your head went back. You got to trim that shit so you get more beard on the front of your face and not under here.
I know he's calling
Get
out
that
my
lineup
beard.
going.
Oh, this is not making the recording, right?
I don't know. It's kind of funny.
That's what we opened the recording with.
It's kind of funny. It's the longest call ever. We're like 48 minutes now, but I mean, it's kind of funny. I don't know. If you want, I can tell my son to edit it out.
No,
But-
keep it in.
Okay.
It all in.
I mean, Raph actually got up and left the interview for, a few little bit. So it was good. Yeah, so Tasmanian cheese, Tasmanian whiskey, Boss GT1000, Neural DSP at one point, I think we chatted about. Anxiety-induced sleep paralysis, Cocklord. It was a good interview, guys. Thanks for popping on again.
Yeah,
Always
lots
a
of fun,
pleasure, John.
man.
Man.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks for having us.
Yeah.